Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to make a video that I haven't made for a while, and that is hand lettering names. So first of all, I just need to say that I love making these videos because I think it's so fun to hand letter people's names and just see how beautifully you can write different names. And so I want to say first that if you want me to, if you have a specific name that you want hand lettered, please leave it in the comments below because I would love more suggestions for my next video that I do this in, because with this one I actually just went with the top 10 baby names of I think 2025, and I just did the girls, so the top 10 girl baby names. And I have to say that I love classic, like older girl baby names, and so many of the names that I hand lettered here today were on my like short list of names when I had my daughters. And so I definitely love a lot of these names. They're so pretty, and that made it really fun to hand letter these. So I hope you enjoy. I am using a watercolor pan set for this video. It is the Prima watercolors, and it's the vintage pastels color, and I'm just using like the darker or like blackish color. I like to dilute my watercolor pretty thin, to be pretty thin when I'm doing hand lettering with watercolors, just because that helps you to not get those like streaky strokes, but it is kind of a balance because you don't want it too dark where it looks like you're just using acrylic paint. So I do spend a lot of time adding water to my watercolors when I am hand lettering with watercolors. And if you've never tried hand lettering with watercolors, I actually think it's so fun, but I also think it's very beginner friendly. I know that sounds like maybe it wouldn't be, but I think that because you see such a drastic difference when you push on the brush versus when you kind of like draw very lightly or paint very lightly, I think it just helps you to get the feel of those thick and thin strokes. And yes, you do have to learn how to control your water and your paintbrush and things like that, but I think that it's maybe a little bit more doable for beginners than you may think. So if you've never tried it, I would definitely encourage you to try. It is probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite way to hand letter. This paintbrush I'm using is a little bit bigger than my preference. I think this is a size 4 round brush. I like down to like a size 1 or a 0 round brush, but I just decided to use a bigger one for today. And I actually do have a watercolor hand lettering course. If you wanted to learn more and you want me to walk you through how to hand letter using watercolors, I will link the supplies I'm using and that course in the description box below if you guys are interested. But please do give me some more name suggestions because, like I said, I would love to make these videos more regularly, and I can even make them in like shorts videos if you want me to just do one name at a time. But I definitely would appreciate some more suggestions so that I can do the names that you guys actually want to see. So I hope this was fun to see, and I hope it encourages you to pick up a paintbrush and some watercolors if you have never tried it for hand lettering specifically. It is so fun, and I feel like the outcome is just so nice, and you can use it for a lot of different things. And so I definitely would recommend using watercolor paper though, just because it does hold water better. It dries nicely versus if you're just using like a piece of copy paper or even cardstock. I would really recommend investing in some watercolor paper. You don't have to use a fancy watercolor paper. This is actually just a pack that I got off of Amazon. I actually have a video comparing this one to cans and watercolor paper. If you want to see that, I can link that in the description box below as well. But this is a very inexpensive watercolor paper pack. I purchased it for us to use in our homeschool actually because I didn't want to be using like super expensive watercolor paper, but I also wanted it to be a little bit nicer than the watercolor paper that, I don't know, some of the like discount stores have like random packs of watercolor paper and they don't always hold up well. So this is like, in my opinion, a good quality but with a lower price. So if you're looking for an inexpensive watercolor paper, especially if you're looking for one that is an 8.5 by 11, check out the link that I'll put in the description box below because I really do like this one. I've been using it for quite a while. Aside from that, let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks for watching.